Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Let's Play Forge. So, the previous episode we have won on the best win streak that we've ever had. So right now I kind of want to continue that. We've been doing quite well recently. Now we'll be playing against Gideon Marshall Paragon Field. Excellent. And now we lost the coin toss, so we will be going second because that's what the AI decided. So now the question is, do we want to keep this hand or do we want a mulligan? Honestly, this is a pretty good hand to have in my opinion, so I will keep it. I say this because we already have 3 forest cards, which is the necessary mana for us to make progress, and with these forest cards we can already summon Thriving Rhino, which costs just 3 mana, which we already established that we have. So we have enough mana to summon a creature right off the bat. Like, we don't need to wait to draw better cards for this to work, which is always nice. So it will take us 3 turns to get there, but it's a good one anyway. So he put down a Stone Quarry, which is a land card, which has the effect of Stone Quarry enters the battlefield tapped, and for tapping, add a red mana or a white mana to your mana pool. Interesting. Okay, there's nothing much else for us to do, so let's just end our turn. He summons Gust Walker, which is a 2/2 human wizard creature with the ability of you may exert Gust Walker as it attacks. When you do, it gets +1/+1 and gains flying until the end of turn. Interesting. Let's finally summon Thriving Rhino. So when Thriving Rhino enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy counters. Whenever Thriving Rhino attacks, you may pay 2 energy counters. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Interesting. So he doesn't do anything, and now it's our turn once again. We get a Willy Bandar in our hand, which is a 1/1 cat monkey creature with the ability of, for 1 green mana and 2 other mana, Willy Bandar gains indestructible until the end of turn, which means that damage and effects that say destroy don't destroy it. Okay. Let's attack him with Thriving Rhino, because why the fuck not? I think that's a good use of our resources. Yes, I will pay the 2 energy counters to give him +1/+1. So that was quite nice. So he will attack us with Gust Walker. Now we can block him with Willy Bandar because Willy Bandar is untapped at this point. And I think we can use Willy Bandar's ability to make it gain indestructible until the end of turn. But if we do that by itself, it won't be enough to destroy his Gust Walker, because Willy Bandar has 1/1 and Gust Walker has 2/2. So instead, but I cannot cast Cartouche of Strength because I don't have the... Yeah, a Cartouche of Strength is an enchantment, and I cannot cast an enchantment during my opponent's turn. So we'll allow his attack to pass through. We cannot do anything about that. Let's summon Prowling Serpopar now, which is a 4/3 creature with the cat snake creature with the ability of Prowling Serpopar cannot be countered, and creature spells you control cannot be countered, which is quite nice. So now, we are in the position of attacking him with another Thriving Rhino. We might as well cast Cartouche of Strength now on Willy. Cartouche of Strength is an enchantment card which has the effect of enchant creature you control. Then, when Cartouche of Strength enters the battlefield, you may have enchanted creature fight target creature an opponent controls. Each deals damage equal to its power to the other. And then enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has trample. So let's use this on Willy Bandar to give it +1/+1, and also have it attack Gust Walker. Now, because both did damage to each other equal to their power, there was a 2/2 creature fighting against another 2/2 creature, and in the end they just killed each other. But this means that my opponent's side of the field is now open for attacks from both my Thriving Rhino and Prowling Cephalopard, and nobody can block us. So we'll just Alpha Strike him to attack him with both of our creatures. My opponent now summons the Pathmaker Initiate, which is a 2/1 human wizard creature, which has the ability of, for being tapped, target creature with power 2 or less cannot be blocked this turn. Okay. Let's summon Sheffield Monitor, which is a 6/5 creature, which has the effect of when you cycle Sheffield Monitor, you may search your library for a basic land card or a desert card, put it onto the battlefield, and shuffle your library. Yeah, but I'm not going to shuffle it, to cycle it, sorry. So I don't care about that. Let's just attack him with Thriving Rhino and with Prowling Cephalopard. And because Thriving Rhino has 3 power and Prowling Cephalopard has 4 power, 3 + 4 is 7, and my opponent only has 7 life. So if he were to allow both creatures to attack him without blocking them, he would just die from this attack. So he will probably block one of the creatures with his Pathmaker Initiate, but that won't do him much good because Pathmaker Initiate is pretty weak. So it will, regardless of which one of my attacking creatures it will block, it will just die from blocking them. Yes, so he did block our Prowling Cephalopard. Prowling Cephalopard has a 4 power, which is far larger than Pathmaker Initiate's 1 toughness, sorry. So yeah, Prowling Cephalopard will kill his Pathmaker Initiate, and because Pathmaker Initiate has only 2 power and Prowling Cephalopard has 3 toughness, Prowling Cephalopard will survive that attack easily. So that was easy, and we still did damage to him. Because Prowling Cephalopard was blocked, his attack did not get through to the enemy. It just destroyed his Initiate's his Pathmaker Initiate. But Thriving Rhino, on the other hand, was able to get its attack through and did 3 damage to him. So now he's down to 4 life. He does not have anything to do, so he ended his turn. I think he's pretty much mana screwed. He only has 2 mana cards, and I believe this is the reason why he's playing so badly. So yeah, we summon Query Hauler, but that won't matter that much because we'll just Alpha Strike him and just end him. So that was really easy. We removed the Sparring Mummy from his deck, which is when Sparring Mummy enters the battlefield, untap target creature. Sure. I don't really care about Sparring Mummy, but that's quite cool. Let's yeah, we don't have anything in the sideboard, so let's begin. I'm going second because I won the previous battle. So right now we get the choice of either keeping our current hand or mulliganing it. Since we have Initiate's Companion, we just cost 2 mana to summon it. We already have 2 mana in our hand. I think this is a good enough hand to start with. He puts down a Plains card. Now it's our turn. We'll put down a Forest card. He puts down a Mountain card. We put down a Forest card. And with these 2 Forest cards in our possession right now, I will summon Initiate's Companion, which is a 3/1 cat creature with the ability of whenever Initiate's Companion deals combat damage to a player, untap target creature or land. Excellent. So he summons Graceful Cat, which is a 2/2 cat creature with the ability of whenever Graceful Cat attacks, it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. That's interesting. Let's summon Ronas the Indomitable, which is a 5/5 god creature, which has the abilities of Death Touch and Indestructible. And also, Ronas the Indomitable cannot attack nor block unless you control another creature with power 4 or greater. And also, it has the ability of, for 1 green mana and 2 other mana, another target creature gets +2/+0 and gains trample until the end of turn. That's quite nice. But sadly, we do not have a creature with power of 4 or greater in our possession. The only other creature on the field on our side is Initiate's Companion, which has only a power of 3. So we cannot use Ronas the Indomitable to either attack nor block yet. But we will be soon enough when we will be able to summon Query Hauler, which is a creature with power of 4. Now let's attack him with Initiate's Companion. This is a pretty foolish move because if I do attack him with Initiate's Companion, I won't have any creatures on his next turn to block him with if he does decide to attack me with his Graceful Cat. Because remember, Ronas the Indomitable cannot block until a creature of power of 4 or greater on our side of the field is summoned, and we just don't have that at the moment. But I will allow that to happen just so that I can do 3 damage to him. I don't think he will block me with Graceful Cat. Oh, never mind, he just did. So I'm attacking him with Initiate's Companion. He's blocking my Initiate's Companion with his Graceful Cat. And due to this, they will do battle. Initiate's Companion has 3 power, Graceful Cat has 2 toughness. So Graceful Cat will die from this. But Graceful Cat has 2 power and my Initiate's Companion has only 1 toughness. So my Initiate's Companion will also die from this battle. So they both kill each other. He summons Uncrop Crasher, which is a 3/2 Minotaur Warrior creature with haste, which means he can attack on the same turn that this creature gets summoned, so that it doesn't have. That means that it doesn't have summoning sickness, and also it has the ability of you may exert Uncrop Crasher as it attacks. When you do, target creature cannot block this turn. An exerted creature won't untap during your next untap step. So he does attack me with this. I don't know if he exerted it or not. I don't think he would have, because that will make no sense. Let's summon Query Hauler then. And now with Query Hauler on the field, we can finally attack and block with Ronas the Indomitable. So at this point, he's in a pretty bad situation for himself. I think I should have attacked him, honestly. Let's summon Honored Hydra, which is a 6/6 Snake Hydra creature with Trample and Embalm for 1 green mana and 3 other mana. And Embalm means that exile this card from your graveyard to create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a white zombie Snake Hydra with no mana cost. Embalm only as a sorcery. Okay. Oh, we do not have the necessary mana for that. We need 6 mana and we only have 5 at the moment. So let's summon another Query Hauler. This is fine. Let's now attack him with Ronas the Indomitable and start doing serious damage to him. Ronas has 5 power, so we will detract 5 points from his life. So from 20 he went down to 15 points of life. He summoned Takrop Elite, which is a 2/2 bird warrior creature with flying and with the ability of you may exert Takrop Elite as it attacks. When you do, creatures you control get +1/+1 until the end of turn. Okay, we can finally summon a Honored Hydra. And now with this situation, I think we're safe to Alpha Strike him. He will have to block at least some of our attacks, otherwise he will be in for a pretty nasty surprise. So he does indeed block our Query Hauler with his Uncrop Crasher. But since Query Hauler has 4 strength, or has 4 power, and Uncrop Crasher has only 2 toughness, yeah, Uncrop Crasher will just die from this block. Oh, but he did destroy one of our Query Haulers. Never mind. He casts Gideon's Resolve, which is an enchantment card with the effect of when Gideon's Resolve enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Gideon Martial Paragon, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. Creatures you control get +1/+1. Okay, so he did retrieve a Gideon Martial Paragon. And that's a Planeswalker, which I believe costs... I think I saw that it cost 5 mana or something. Let's summon Skill Behemoth. And let's Alpha Strike him again. So he will have to block us, which he does. But I don't think that would have done him much good anyway. We still won. He didn't get to use any of his good cards. So right now we can grab a card from Amoket, let's say, as our reward. Okay, so from Amoket we got from the... okay, so from his ante, or from defeating him, we got one of his cards, which is Glory Bound Initiate, which is a human warrior creature which costs 1 white mana and 1 other mana to summon. It has 3/1, and it also has the effect of you may exert Glory Bound Initiate as it attacks. When you do, it gets +1/+3 and gains lifelink until the end of turn. This is a pretty good card. I'm surprised it costs so little. Like, this is an extremely good card. I would, if I was playing a white deck, I would definitely have included this in my deck. Then we are you have achieved a 7-win streak and won one rare card, which is this one, Cut/Reborns. Cut is a sorcery which costs 1 red mana and 1 other mana to cast, and which does Cut deals 4 damage to target creature. Okay, and also the Ribbons effect is a sorcery. It's an aftermath effect, which means that this can only be cast only from my graveyard. Then it gets exiled, and so we need to play first the Cut effect to use it, and then once we use the Cut effect and it goes into the graveyard, we can then cast the Ribbons effect as well. To cast the Ribbons effect, we need to pay at least 2 black mana, and however many other mana we choose to tap for it. And the effect of it is that each opponent loses X life. So basically X is the amount of extra mana that we decide to tap to cast it. So there's the 2 mana requirement to cast it, but then anything other than that is just bonus mana that gets used to calculate how much damage we do to our opponent. So if we would have used 2 black mana and then let's say 4 other mana to cast Ribbons, we would have done 4 damage to our opponent by casting it. I mean, that's a cool effect, but I don't know, it's fine. It's a fine card. And finally, bonus Amoket booster pack is Dusk/Dawn. I already covered this in a previous video. The Dusk effect is a sorcery effect which costs 2 white mana and 2 other mana, which has the effect of destroy all creatures with power of 3 or greater. And the Dawn effect is an aftermath effect, a sorcery aftermath effect, which costs 2 white mana and 3 other mana to cast, and which has the effect of return all creature cards with power 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. It's fine. It's not the best card. It's just acceptable. But anyways, that's it for today's video. Our win streak increased to 7. How is our deck doing? Is our deck at 60? It's at 59. So I wanna compensate with it, and let's filter out all the cards which are not green. Let's add another card to our deck. We already have 24 lands, which is an acceptable amount of lands to have in our deck. So instead, let's... I don't know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a strong creature preferably, because we have a lot of those, but at the same time maybe a spell wouldn't hurt either, because we have 9 spare cards and we might as well make it a round number. So let's filter out our lands, all creatures, and then all that remains are enchantments, planeswalkers, instants, and the sorceries. So which one of these will we want to add to our deck? Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or land card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. That's not great. Ambuscade, I think we already have 4 copies of this, so there's no need to add just another one. Ancient Animus, it's an instant which has the effect of put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. You know what, let's just... I think I would rather have an instant rather than an enchantment. So let's filter out all enchantments and also filter out all sorceries so that we only have instants. Instants are more useful to have in your deck because you can also cast them during your opponent's turn, not just your own turn. So, Carrion Call, put 2 1/1 green insect creature tokens with infect onto the battlefield. They deal damage to creatures in the form of -1/-1 counters and to players in the form of poison counters. Not that great. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to players this turn. Not that great either. Destroy target artifact. Not that great. Falling Timber. Kicker, which means sacrifice a land. You may sacrifice a land in addition to any other cost as you play this spell. Prevent all combat damage target creature would deal this turn. If you pay the kicker cost, prevent all combat damage another target creature would deal this turn. Not that bad. Might be useful actually. This is a nice candidate. Gift of Growth, Kicker 2, so you may pay an additional 2 mana as you cast this spell. And tap target creature, it gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. If this spell was kicked, that creature gets +4/+4 until the end of turn. You know what? I will add a Gift of Growth. This sounds like a great card to have in my hand. So I will add this to my deck. And now we're back to 60 cards in our deck. Yeah, this was really fine. I'm really proud of our deck. Like, we managed to get to a win streak of 7 and we're still moving on. Can we buy anything from the Bazaar to improve our chances even more? So we can buy an Elixir of Life, which is a salty sweet smell. A salty sweet smell rises from the vials bubbling behind the counter. It gives +1 maximum life, but loses effectiveness after 15 uses. Pretty nice. Then we also have Pound of Flesh, which is the Alchemist welcomes the contributions to the... What this does is that it's an Alchemist... so the effect is Alchemist gives you 250 credits, but reduces maximum life by 1. I don't really like that. Token certifying you as a member of a bank, giving you a greater selection of booster packs when you win. Effects adds 1 more booster pack to the pack selection after you win. Or reach an agreement with the spell shop to acquire cards you lose in an ante-match from quest opponents. Cards lost in an ante-match will be available immediately following the match in the card shop. Landowners have a strong voice in community matters. Effect gives a bonus of 10% to match winnings. Improves sale percentage by 1%. Improves the chance. Lucky coin improves the chance of getting a random rare after each match by 15%. Okay. These volumes explain how to perform the most difficult of sleights. Your first mulligan is free. Oh, this is quite nice. My first mulligan is free. These volumes explain... Okay, this is quite nice. I will buy one of these. To have a free mulligan, that's actually pretty fucking nice. So we just acquired that, so from this point onwards all of our first mulligans will be free. That's quite nice. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a Mastodon account as well as a Matrix room that you can join if you want to get in touch with me. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.